Hi, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here, and I'm gonna fly the E-flite Pitts today. It's been quite a while since I've actually been behind the sticks, and but I'm excited to get this thing in the air, and hopefully everything comes right back to me just like normal. Let's get this thing in the air. All right, we got a slight cross breeze, and way up there, I don't know if you guys can see it, but way up there is an airplane. I can hear him, but we're going to be way out of his way. Throttle cut off. I am in high rates. We might try turning back towards the church just a little bit, just to the left of the lamppost for the takeoff and the landing. Let's do it. Nice easy takeoff. See the wind working it just a little bit. It's actually rolling to the right. I'll give it a little bit of left rudder because I think that might have been part of it. Although I think it's straight up roll too, so there we go. Sometimes with these foam airplanes, you just don't know what they were doing when they were sitting around, and maybe something's not quite as true as it was the last time I flew it. If you see any, yes, there is a slight bit of snow coming down. I am flying with the 3S 2200 today, so not a ton of power, but plenty. And we're going to try to watch out for the trees down there at the end. It's doing a great knife edge. I don't think I've flown this airplane very much, and the only reason I bought this airplane is because I flew the FMS Pitts quite a bit, and a lot of people told me, hey, you need to get that 850 millimeter FMS Pitt or E-flite Pitts. It's a lot of fun, and this thing drops right in the back seat of your vehicle with no problem. I don't even have to put this in the bed of my truck. I can just throw it in the back seat, and it works well with the 3S 2200s. That if you've been flying some pretty basic airplanes and ready to move up to something a little more aerobatic, 3S 2200s are usually very plentiful in your battery collection, and they work great on this. Now it will move up to a 4S. They say 1800 to 2200. You might want to go with the lighter if you can get it. The 1800 probably will perform really nicely, keeping the weight down. Again, I haven't flown in probably, goodness, it's probably been 2 months. And what happened is I wrecked my truck. And my insurance plan doesn't allow for a rental vehicle. And so I've been trying to get along with just my wife's vehicle. And so it's been hard for me to get away. Working from home as much as I could, having to go in when she was working from home, and so it's been a little bit of a struggle, but I got my truck back and super excited to get behind the sticks again. Even though it's cold and the days are way short now, it's nice to get out. And I'm going to be obviously brushing off some rust, so not a lot of inverted flying for a little bit. We're feeling pretty comfortable so far as long as I keep it upright. There's been a couple times the airplane has stalled on me, and so I got to remember to keep my speed, especially with the wind here. gonna need to practice my landing approach here in a second, so I have an idea how I'm gonna bring it in. Just as I was getting ready to pull into the church, sheriff pulled in, so I have no idea if he's still behind me or not, but he was over in the front parking lot. Something like that. I just got to make sure I go left of that lamp post when I bring it in and get over the rocks so that I'm sure to be away from the back parking lot lights. And just like that, I think that's a pretty good approach right there. A little bit of a dip on the follow through of that roll, so I don't know if that had to do with any of the wind. We got very light wind, and so I was like, man, I got to get out and fly. I've been in Tennessee for the last few days for Thanksgiving, visiting my sister-in-law, and I got my truck back just before we left. So I was like, man, I'm hoping for decent weather. And now my fingers are getting a little cold. And I've been thinking about trying to come out for at least one more flight. So I got to go home and warm up just a little bit before I come back out. My timer just went off telling me it's time to bring this in. So let's get this thing lined up. Try to keep enough power for a decent landing. There we go. Cut the throttle, letting it come in. So one bounce, and it stayed pretty straight. So I will be very happy with that landing, being my first time out in probably 2 months or more. It's so frustrating that I missed so much good weather. So the E-flite Pitts did great. Super happy to be able to get out and fly again. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the flight. Big thanks to the Lord for the light wind, and because it would be really bitter cold. They're doing their construction thing over here. I don't know if you guys saw the tractors and stuff while I was flying, but yeah, there's exciting stuff going on locally. But man, I appreciate all your guys' support. Glad to be back. And until next time, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here.